Welcome back, trainers. Hope everybody is doing fantastic. We're going to be taking a look at quite a few battles using Primarina, the new Charm Fairy type. All right, so it is also going to be water, and we're going to go with Charm, Moonblast, and Psychic, pairing it up with several different Pokemon, including Kommo-o. So you're going to get to see a little bit more action there, as well as Shadow Mawile. We're going to have a little fun here, folks. So today is my birthday. If you're going to drop a like, that'd be good. Let's go. We don't take days off because the grind never stops, and we're just going to keep going and having fun with it here while entertaining you all, and we're just going to keep on moving forward here. So we're going to be seeing Ultra League tomorrow, so we want to get these battles up as well. And hopefully you're enjoying my new schedule. If you've noticed the new upload times, we're going to be sticking with that. It's a blast. All right, so with that said, I just want to talk to you guys about a few different things here. We'll get into the commentary in a bit. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself here. All right, so I was born in Alaska, hence AK and Poke AK. Lived here my whole life. The only time I didn't live here was after high school. I went to a boot camp so I could just finish high school quickly at 16. And then so I was like in Arizona for about 2 years. I've always been kind of a quiet type of person. When I got older into middle school and high school, I was very engaged with a lot of different people. I was in different friend groups. I didn't have a specific group of people that I stuck to. I like to talk to everybody, and all kinds of people accepted me into their groups as well, because I just kind of had that like personality. And the reason why I push so much to just be with everybody is because I didn't see any boundaries between people. That person over there likes Pokemon cards, awesome. This person over here likes this clothes brand that I do too, great. And so I got along with the popular people, the nerds, the preps, the whatever, everything. Sometimes the popular people would be like, why are you hanging out, with them? Like, what do you mean? Like, I know what you mean. I know what they meant. I didn't say this, but I know what they meant. It's like, cool, because they're nerdy, right? Usually the popular people are the ones with what? They've got probably good looks as well as money. It's not their money. They're in high school, right? It's their parents' money. So that's usually what makes up these popular people. And I knew this, right? My parents were pretty okay, right? We did good. My parents hustled. Well, my dad worked on the North Slope and was also a mechanic, a damn good one, to the point where people would bring their cars over to his garage and he would just, get that, get that underground money. And my mom was a registered nurse. So, they both worked hard. They came from other countries. My dad came from Costa Rica. My mom came from Spain. And I got all kinds of stuff I could tell you about the grandparents and stuff like that. So I got a lot of these stories from them where we needed to appreciate what we had. And growing up, I'm going to, be the first one to say I was kind of spoiled-ish kid. We had all the video game consoles and all that stuff. So I was within the realms of knowing what it was like to live pretty comfortably, right? So yeah, I got along with everybody, and I didn't care what you did, man. If you liked what I did, I would talk to you. I would hang out with you. There's nobody I was like, ugh, leave me alone. It was probably because I felt like I had to make up for something, and pushing a super excited and always engaging personality to people was my way to kind of be accepted. And so that's just the way it happened, right? I was always on. It wasn't like energy consuming because I was a kid, I was younger, and I was just being myself, actually, So I always got along with all kinds of different people, and I still do. Granted, over the years I've been kicked a lot, right? So what happens is, if you're kind of nice throughout your life, I'm sure a lot of you will understand this too, you start getting treated like crap. People see that you're kind and they take advantage of you, and that has happened to me. And so it's made me kind of, not going to say a badass, but like a hard ass, a hard head kind of. Not necessarily a hard head, I just have a low tolerance for stupidity. So if you get all of your information from people about me on Twitter, that is absolutely going to be the complete opposite. Look, I block people because it's Twitter. It's the internet. I don't argue with people. I'm not going to start this crap with you on Twitter, garbage can land. So I just simply block and we move on with our lives, and that's it. And then people make up my whole personality because I block them. And then they say, oh, he blocked me for nothing, and then they go and like some post that was talking a lot of crap, and it's like, what did I do, right? I'm not trying to get stuck on that, I'm just trying to explain. So, and I was always kind of a nerd, right? I loved video games my whole life. If anything, if I had to pick a category, which I do not recommend you put yourself in one, but just for the sake of it, so I could paint a picture for you guys, I would probably be more in the nerd category, okay? I always just like video games and all that stuff, and as I got older, I shifted more towards, I don't like going to parties. I don't like doing all this trying to show off crap, right? I just want to be me. So I went down more of that path of just playing video games, going over to friends' house, playing video games, going to tournaments. That was much better, and it turned out to be better for me. So yeah, here we are, folks. I could go through all kinds of different things. We'll get into the commentary, but if you want to hear the story of how it started with Pokemon Go, I had this channel before Pokemon Go started. I wasn't trying to grow it. Basically, I was helping somebody from Korea kind of show instructions on how to play this Digimon Tamagotchi game called Digimon Unlimited, or Anjo-gachi back in the day, which were just, I made bootleg, man. They were just, wow, okay. But, we got the word out, and we got tips out for people to help them play and all that stuff. So that's what it was used for. Eventually, it was making a couple bucks on the side, maybe every several months I got about like $200 or $300, which was kind of nice. So other than that, the first time I posted, it was just me in the room that I'm in right now, looking at an outlet with a hypno, like, hey guys, like one of those, amateurs that's got the camera right up to their face for their first video and all that stuff. And just started from there. And we haven't stopped just improving as we do go along here. And I did check the audio for this video, and go figure, as soon as I start talking about it, it doesn't sound as crispy. It may sound as good for you, but technically, when I make these longer videos, the audio quality starts to drop. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, I could keep going on and on and on stuff. If you're wondering, do I believe in God? I absolutely do. And I do not push my religion on people, and I do not go and believe in the church. I have my reasons why, and I have nothing bad to say, which I'm not going to go really in depth on that. I just personally believe following the spiritual path by yourself is going to be more key. Reading your Bible and stuff like that. So what I like to do, though, is show people just the horrors of this planet and just how evil people are, and it shows you how bad things are. So there's got to be good, right? And I will also sit down with anybody. If you're worshiping the opposite of God, if you know what I mean, I'll sit down with you, because it's all about knowledge. It's not like I'm going to look at you and say, I will never talk to you, get away from me, put my 2 fingers up in a cross or something. I'll still talk to you. That's just the way I am. Anybody, anywhere. So that's pretty much me. And let's get into this commentary. All right, so Primarina. Water and Fairy with Charm, Moonblast, and Psychic. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm going to say in the Great League, pretty squishy as well. But in the Ultra League, gonna be something there. Pretty interesting for sure. And I'm liking it. It helps you quite a bit going up against those fighters. It just melts them away. Going up against a Azumarill, this thing is also going to be nice. Polywrath is going to do a decent amount. Ice Beam, not so much. Hydro Pump, you don't want to even do that. So it's going to be helping you out while they're hitting you with Bubble. That's not very effective, and you're just chunking away with Charm. Also, good up against Wall Rain. I mean, Icicle Spear is not very effective. Earthquake will do a lot, but you can pretty much kind of gauge it there. Anyways, let's get into it. Met with an Alolan Raichu swapping into Primarina. Yeah, we're bringing in our water type up against the electric. I realize, oh crap, what did I just do? So they go Wild Charge and retreat into their Galarian Stunfisk. Shiny, very nice. There's really not much we can do here, unfortunately. We can survive this Rock Slide and potentially get off a Psychic to lower their defense, but not quite getting there, unfortunately. And it is going to be putting in the work. We've been seeing it as I've been talking here, and we still got plenty of this video. We've got like 30 minutes of this video here, 32 minutes. Bringing in the Medicham. Yeah, I'm using Medicham, folks. I'm like running into meta every single time. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to throw a little meta on here. Otherwise, I'm going to be taking 1 win out of 5 every time. All right, so this person is going spice. As soon as I say that, we run into somebody who's actually picking something unique here. Shadow Mewtwo, very risky. but hard hitting as heck. Mawile is just mauling it away. He's like, finally I get a chance to go up against the Shadow King himself. Alright, Mawile's taking him out. Raichu's barely holding on here, unfortunately, for it. But we're going to go for Power Punch and taking that win there. Looking good. Let's keep it moving here. See what we're going to be met with for this next battle. This new pose is absolutely hilarious. Met with a Greedent with our Medicham lead. I mean, obviously, this is great. I had a lot of decent leads today with this Medicham with the Primarina in the back. So they're going to be swapping it to Gyarados. We're just going to go ahead and throw this Psychic here. Maybe we can do damage. Maybe we can get a shield. They're shielding up. We're going to bring in Primarina. So Gyarados has what? Aqua Tail and Crunch. We resist both. Let's see how much Crunch does. Knowing me, we'll get the debuff. And yes, we get the defense drop. Dragon Breath is also resisted. And we're Charming down. And we still have 2 shields, bringing in that Greedent, getting to the Psychic, which is going to do a lot of damage. Let's see if they want to let it go. They've already used 1, and they're using both of their shields. We're going to let this go easy money because we do have the Medicham, right? So we're going to go ahead and bring in that. Mawile's hanging out in the back, ready to go for whatever they got in the back there. I do shield this up because I want to keep it healthy. If they did a swap, I'm thinking, what's in the back for real? Venusaur. Okay, well, they got no more shields left, so we're going to go ahead and throw this Psychic, and then just bring in the Mawile so we can get a little bit of action and not just leave it out. Looking good. All right, taking the win there. Let's keep it moving, folks. What are we going to see? Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Really do appreciate it. Met with the Zapdos. I think this is a pretty funny battle here. So, I'm thinking, right, this is where I need Power Punch. And yes, we're going Dynamic Punch. So we make a systematic swap. Almost top lefted, but we're going to just stick it out to see what happens here. We'll just to see. Obviously, this is not a good matchup here, and I thought they were probably trying to catch a Ice Punch, right, with their Water Cast form. So we're just doing what we can. Really not going to go for an Iron Head. Bring it in the Medicham here. We're going to let it go. Got the Primarina in the back. You're thinking, why not bring in Primarina? Like, there's probably something in the back weak to it. Maybe. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Probably going to be bringing in that Zapdos, of course. We only have 2. Well, 1 shield. They got 2. Primarina. And unfortunately not able to Charm down. We're going to go ahead and shield this up. Tell me there's something in the back weak to Charm. And we have a Polywrath. Okay, folks. Oh, we don't have to even throw any charge moves here. They're going to go ahead and probably take us out. And not quite. And then that quick move does. Bringing in the Medicham to counter down. And then counter down the Zapdos. We take the win on an almost top left. Let's keep it going here. All right, we got a little Kommo-o action here leading with a Shadow Swampert on their end. That's a good lead for us. They swap into Sableye. We're going to go ahead and bring in that Primarina to charm down that Sableye. We're going to let this go. It is a return. Unfortunately, thought I might try to call it, but yeah, not the best call there. So Primarina down, but we got the Kommo-o here. So let's see what's good with it. They're coming in here with a Skarmory. This is not particularly great. We do have a Trevenant on the team. So like I said, we're going to be swapping out the teams and seeing what we got going on here, just having a little fun with all these different battles. This was from today and also from yesterday's Go Battle Day. I kind of split it up between several different sessions, as you can tell, right? So bringing in the Trevenant, we're going to have to just shield up, farm down. Shield up again, farm down. That's the only way we're going to be able to potentially win this here. And take a look at the top bubbles. Yeah, you see the 2 balls go away, and then they come back, and then they go away, and they come back. So this is going to be a tricky one if you're not paying attention towards the end here. You might have thought I lost if you kind of just glance at the top without seeing the whole battle. So we're going to go for one of those and going for the other one here. This is going to KO the Swampert. And we still have the Kommo-o in the back. And we take them out. And we still have the Trevenant with literally 1 HP. And we take that win. Let's go. If you get a tie, it doesn't say you win. It says you lost. But it doesn't count as a loss actually in your battle set. So we're met with a Galvantula. They're swapping into a Talonflame, and Kommo-o is just running amok over here. This thing is just a nasty thing. Somebody said it bullies everything but Azumarill and Charm users. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty stinking much. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Deoxys. Looks like we have that on the team with Thunderbolt to kind of get those Azumarills. That's what we're kind of worried about leading with the Kommo-o. All that energy on this Deoxys. We're going to go ahead and throw the Psycho Boost on the Azumarill. And then, oh my goodness, an Azumarill, kidding me. As we were talking, we got Thunderbolt for Azumarill. Throws the Psyshock blindly. Okay, so we're using our last shield. And we have the Galvantula farming it down. Got the Azumarill in the back, getting to the Psychic. This is looking pretty good here. If they don't shield this up, it's going to do a lot of damage. Plus the charms. All right, they're shielding it up using the last one. We have the Deoxys in the back. Let's see what we can do. I believe we do have energy still left over, taking us out. Oh, yeah, we got all that energy. Pretty much full health. We're fine. Perfect. Taking out the Azumarill and looking good. Let's keep it moving here, folks. Primarina, really fun Pokemon. Again, I know I said you shouldn't evolve them, but I should kind of talk about that. Rephrase it. So basically not maxing them out. Level 50. Mediocre ones. Or level 40, mediocre ones. If you get 100, go for it. You can use that Elite TM when the community day comes around, which is probably going to be in a while. Otherwise, for the other leagues, also go for it. All right, they're stinking good. Pretty much all 3 of them. I haven't done the grass fully evolved yet. Looking pretty excited to do that one. We'll have to see what's going on here. Running low on rare candies. My gosh. I had plus 1,000 before this started, and I'm sitting at like 300 or so like that. Anyways, they're bringing in their Scizor. So you're not going to necessarily be weak to steel because of your water typing. That's the thing about Primarina. Compared to the other fairy types, it's not weak to it, but it's going to still take a lot of damage as Pokemon goes, just the way it works. All right, so bringing in Deoxys here to counter down. And looks like they're bringing in their Talonflame. We bring in our Kommo-o, and it's going to have a little fun here. We just got to look at it in case it's a Brave Bird, and beautiful it was. Perfect. So we farm up a little more right before they're able to get to the next one here, and we don't really even need to hit these. Just making sure we take them out or use that shield. In comes the Scizor. We're still doing a ton of damage with the Dragon Claw and Dragon Tail. Kommo-o is just awesome. Funny design. I'm going to admit, I'm not the biggest fan of its design. I don't like those things hanging off of it. It kind of looks a little silly, but I can overlook all of that by its performance. I don't even care. Does it perform good? Yes? Okay, let's go. All right, let's keep it moving on to the next one here. Let's see what we're going to be met with. I'm saying that. I don't care. It looks funny as I was saying. I'm accepting all kinds of people. Look, we're talking about Pokemon. So we're met with a Wobbuffet here, and it's a Wobbuffet. You're going to have trouble with that. See, look at the top. We're having glitches, so eventually I do restart my app, and it just reverts back to normal. We bring in Primarina. They didn't do like a miss swap. They're going to be going for Leaf Blade here. I don't know. That could have just been their best response. We'll see. Okay. Well, I don't think it is because I do remember this. They actually have a Shadow Mawile in the back. All right. Let's see what happens here. So letting it go, getting to the Dazzling Gleam. Now, we're just going to go throw the stronger one. Or Moonblast, sorry. Because we're going to be getting stab out of that. They shield it up. That's fine. All right. This is not looking particularly the best here. Still have the Kommo-o coming in with the Deoxys, and there's that Shadow Mawile reveal, and we're going to let that go. That's Power Punch for sure. All right, so vamping up that Fire Fang, and it's nice to see people running that Shadow Mawile, or regular Mawile that is, because it's so good, and it works so well. It can find itself in a, kind of a jam, but every Pokemon can. So we're swapping into Kommo-o, kind of trying to recover the situation, going for the Power Punch. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. That thing massively resists Dragon, duh. So we're just going to try to do what we can, going for a Thunderbolt on the Wobbuffet, but that is not quite enough, and they're countering us down and taking that win. Looking good. Met with a Cofagrigus in the next battle with our Kommo-o here. Got the Primarina in the back with the Deoxys on the team again. I mean, I just found Kommo-o as a lead just so fun and so solid as well. I mean, if it wasn't good, I wouldn't be using it constantly, right? I mean, seriously. So we're swapping here. They're going to be, well, we've got a swap action going on. They have the Lickitung. We're going to go ahead and go for Thunderbolt. You don't really want to go for the Psycho Boost right away to lower your attack. Obviously, you're going to be doing a lot less. We're going to let this Body Slam go through. We've already used a shield. Sometimes those shields are going to be glitchy at the top. Actually, it's usually the Pokeballs, as you can see, 0 on both ends. All right, back to 3. Getting to the Psycho Boost right at the very end here. That Lick is starting to really add up on that XL Lickitung. And down we go. And we're going to go ahead and bring in Kommo-o to just try to farm down, because this thing with energy is going to be looking pretty good. There's not too much that can really stop it unless you're just a straight up fairy. Obviously, because you resist Dragon and Fighting. See what they're going to be bringing into the battle here. It's a Registeel. So I was worried they're going to catch, so I waited a minute. Getting to 2 close combats. Let's go. Let's get it here. So there's the 1 and a little bit more energy because they're still using Lock-On. We don't have to really worry about that. Going for another one here, and let's see it. They're obviously going to KO. What's Primarina? Can you do it for us? And I don't know about this one. You're okay, charming them down. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. And they said, you got me. I'm not getting into another wild charge. Good game. Let's keep it moving here, folks. Let's see who we're going to be met with. Kommo-o in the lead, met with a Machamp here. This is a pretty interesting battle, although it's not completely comfortable for us. Machamp is going to be able to just be a little bit faster to those charge moves and doing a little bit more damage. Well, we got him into the yellow, but the outpacing of the charge moves by the Machamp is just going to be too much. So we're going to go ahead and swap because I don't feel like using 2 shields. And they bring in a Marsh Stomp here, so we're going to have to build up as much energy that we think we need and then start throwing those Psycho Boosts, because going for a Thunderbolt, we could try to get a shield. Typically, people would try to go for the bait first, like that. See, if we went for Thunderbolt, then we wouldn't have lowered our stats, and then we can go for a Psycho Boost and do full damage, as opposed to a little bit of damage like that. And now our counter is doing a lot less. So, yeah, sometimes it's good to bait. Sometimes it's good to just gamble and just go for it. Looks like they're going to be able to farm us down. All right, that's just lovely. Going to go ahead and bring in the Primarina here. I just didn't want to take damage with Kommo-o. Maybe I thought they would throw a blind water move. They go for a Mud Bomb. And they're bringing in a Registeel. I mean Melmetal. We immediately swap into Kommo-o. They bring in their Machamp. We simply shield this up. They're shieldless, and you can already see where this is going. We're going to be able to get off a close combat with the Kommo-o, taking out that Melmetal in one shot. Let's go. So satisfying. Love it. All right. Let's keep it moving here. What are we going to see? Nidoqueen? It's okay. Nidoqueen's just a tough thing. If you're not resisting it, it's just going to be doing a lot of damage to you, period, right? Kommo-o over here flexing with its tail, letting the first one go, and it's probably a mistake. Sometimes I underestimate it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, man, that poison jab's just really going to add up. I'm not even going to be able to get to another one. But since they throw here and they don't farm me down, I'm going to go ahead and shield that up, getting to another Dragon Claw, and they're going to take us out in the next poison jab. And we're getting both shields out of them, which is great. We're going to go ahead and bring in Deoxys here. It's going to be, a little something, right? We're just going to get to the Psycho Boost immediately because we're going to swap right after this. We're getting rid of the threat to Primarina, and so we're going to go ahead and bring in the Primarina. But they have a Meganium, which has grass, so they farm up, swap into Toxicroak, and I'm thinking, I better not shield. Yeah, they're just going to hit me with a Frenzy Plant. We're just going to be better off, going in here and farming up. If they go for a Sludge Bomb, so be it. It is what it is. Mud Bomb. Okay, we're going to counter down, have a bunch of energy. They have no shields. We're just going to get off both the Psycho Boost, and we're going to be looking good to go. Simply shielding this up. Don't think they have 2 quite yet. Better hurry up before they do get to it. And this is going to be able to take them out, and we're going to take the win, Deoxys. Let's go. This thing is so good. And I will be making my XL, so we'll see. It's not going to actually be completely XL'd up where it should be, but whatever, man. It's got like a couple of power-ups. It's still going to be fine. All right, so we're met with a Whiscash. Yeah, we got to look at for Blizzard, and let's see how much Mud Bomb does. I was expecting it to not do much. Let's go ahead and see. Whiscash, don't sleep on this thing. We're going to go ahead and shield up the first one here, and then after that, they're just going to keep going Mud Bomb and Mud Bomb and Mud Bomb. And I'm like, we'll be able to shrug this off, right? Let's see. Not really. It's doing a lot of damage. So as much as I wanted to farm down, we're going to go ahead and just take them out before we have to use another shield. And we're getting a shield out of them. And yeah, they shielded up. All right, so letting it go. Okay, we're going to have to lose swap here. Bring in Deoxys because technically it doesn't really have a good matchup against it. They bring in Shiftry with Razor Leaf. Okay, I swap into my Primarina, which is taking a lot of damage. So are they. And then they bring in a Bastodon. All right, so Deoxys has 2 moves, charge moves, that are not very effective to the Shiftry. So how in the heck is this going to work? Well, we're basically just going to have to counter down. And we're going to eventually start throwing shields here, but let's see. We're just going to have to counter down Bastodon. They're getting to another charge move. Lovely. We have to shield this because Razor Leaf is going to do way too much damage. Now, the thing about Razor Leaf is it's not going to be able to charge energy fast, so we don't have to worry about them getting to a Snarl or a Leaf Blade. Now, in this position here, you don't really want to go for the Psycho Boost. I mean, if they had just a sliver of health, I guess, but we're going to throw Thunderbolt so we don't lower our attack, and then taking them out, we take the win there. Looking good. That was a pretty risky battle, but we're still able to pull it off. And into the next one, met with a Trevenant. So, typically, these matchups with the Kommo-o are pretty good for me. It's not, like, horrible. If they get a Shadow Ball through, then yeah, it's bad. Otherwise, if we call it, it's good because it's not very effective. And then we can just farm down like at this point here. They go for Shadow Ball, we call it good. Yeah, we've used the shield, but it's fine. So they swap into a Cresselia. So I kind of was thinking, what the heck do I do here? If I bring in Primarina, they're going to go for Grass Knot. Deoxys is not very effective. We're just going to have to keep Thunderbolting. That's not going to be very, effective here. It's neutral damage, but, overall it's not effective. So, all right, we're just going to have to work with what we got. We've used both of our shield, and they still have 2. What the heck? How in the world are we going to pull this one off? Well, as long as we get rid of that, I think we're going to be okay. They go for another Moonblast, swap into Trevenant, and we go down, folks. We had 2 Cycle Boosts. Are you actually joking me? All right? And then they go for this. It's like, what is going on here? What am I doing? And then they have a fighter in the back. We get to a Dragon Claw. It is a Shadow Machamp. We immediately swap 1, 2, 3, 4 charms, and you're out of here. All right. Oh, man. So, Grass Knot's going to KO. It's all up to the Kommo-o, I think. All right. Kommo-o, do it for us, buddy. And we're able to take the win. Are you kidding me? That was a close battle. Let's go. All right, next one, we're going to be met with a Wall Rain. This is not good for us. Honestly, we got the Nidoqueen, looks like now. Okay, so we're pulling out the Wall Rains in the front. Okay, yeah. Okay, got it. Not one before until we put it in the back. All right, so swapping into Primarina because that's our best response right here. I'm not going to be bringing in my Shadow against their Shadow. Typically, you don't go to hard counters. It's not a hard counter, but my only safe option. But they don't swap because they got an Umbreon in the back. I wonder if there's a fighter in the back too. Very curious. We'll have to see. Going for a Moonblast. And we lowered the attack. Look at that. Able to chunk away half damage. So it took out the Wall Rain and that one without even using a shield. Let's go. All right. So bringing in the Kommo-o. I was kind of like spaced out. I'm like trying to remember all their dang names. All these new Pokemon. It's like Kommo-o, Primarina, Incinerate, Incineroar. All right, so let's go. I know it's not that big of a deal, right? But like I said, I wasn't paying attention to the newer generations. I kind of knew Incineroar because it was such a cool Pokemon. You just kind of were like, well, damn, what is that? And I'm not into the newer gen right now, but what's that name again? Because that thing looks awesome, right? But yeah, there's my explanation. All right, so Nidoqueen, what's it doing here? Taking out Trevenants? Good. Taking out Evil Trees? Good. Get him, Shadow Nidoqueen. Surviving, and then we take the win. Looking good. Let's keep it moving here. See what we're going to be met with, folks. Kommo-o in the lead still. Yep, met with the Crobat. All right, sounds good to me. What we got in the back? Yeah, technically this is where we want to see it anyways. Nidoqueen doesn't have a good matchup. We don't have Stone Edge. I mean, it's not a horrible one, but if they get off a Shadow Ball, you got to worry about all that. And obviously, Primarina, it's poison, right? We don't want to see that. So we have a double KO, no shields on both ends. We're waiting at the top. Look at the top. What type are they going to use? They come in with Dark. We bring in Primarina. They swap into what? Excadrill. Well, this is what we're going to do, okay? We're going to lower the defense. Then we're going to bring Primarina in to charm them down because Excadrill in Great League is very squishy. So I'm letting it go. Okay, we're only able to get one off. That's fine. All right, so here we go. Look at the charm. Whoa, crazy. Obviously, we're going to shield this up because it's going to do a lot of... It's very squishy, but it hits hard, all right? That's what it's got going for it. So we've used the shield, but it doesn't matter. It's got an Umbreon back here. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Moonblast just in case they let it go. I mean, it's pretty much the same energy as Psychic, and I'm not trying to gamble on lowering their defense here. We're still doing a lot with our charm, so we're perfectly fine. Letting it go. They hit me with a Psychic, and Primarina just wiping out one of the tankiest Pokemon in the Great League. Obviously, it was massive, super effective damage, so I can't, get it all too hyped up. All right. Next battle met with a Scrafty here. We got two Pokemon in the back that would love to see that, but if we swap into that, they'll counter us. So I think we'll just stay here. We may swap. I'm going for the close. Okay, we're going to swap after this. We're not staying. Definitely not. Okay, sounds good. Getting a shield, bringing in Nidoqueen. And they're bringing in a Galarian Stunfisk. We're going right for Earth Power. They've already used a shield. If they want to double up, that sounds good. Then we'll just go for another. All right, there we go. And we get the defense drop. Let's get it. I think we may call this. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. You'll love to see that. All right, so this will be another Rock Slide. We will survive it, but we're shielding it up just because I'm not trying to play any stupid games right now. Next thing I know, it's an Earthquake somehow, right? All right. So we take them out since we did drop their defense. Typically, it doesn't KO, and they have a Clefable. Nidoqueen getting to the Poison Fang. And yes, that's what I'm talking about. Immediately swapping into our Primarina. In comes Scrafty, which does not want anything to do with a Charm user. That's getting stabbed. and we take the win. Primarina, thank you very much, and team, let's keep it moving here. And I'm pretty sure we're going to be leading with Kommo-o for the rest of the battle here. Met with another Shadow Zapdos. Last time it was with Medicham, so yeah, damage difference pretty significant as Dragon Tail is just neutral here. So we're chunking away, simply going to shield and farm down. We'll use a shield for all that energy. Bringing in a Frostlass sounds good. We're still going to be doing a lot of damage with Dragon Claw. Let's see what happens here. And we have Primarina coming in, and they're bringing in Surfetched. Oh my goodness, that thing was just out of here in a couple of charms. And they said, yeah, I'm pretty good. And we take the win there. Thank you, Primarina. Let's keep it moving here, folks. What are we going to see? And a Swampert? Yeah. Now the problem here is it's just still doing a lot of damage, even with Hydro Cannon. I mean, we'll let it go. You'll see. It's still ridiculous. All right, so go for Dragon Claw. Gonna let this one go. You do have to shield to win with your Kommo-o. See, you won't survive another one. No, yeah, you'll get KO'd. No, for sure. So we'll simply shield it up, farm it down. Potentially gonna get a shield in whatever comes in here. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and go Dragon Claw and retreat, so we can maybe do something with it later. You never know. You never know. We can go up against something that's doing neutral damage, very little to quick move. We can get to our charge moves before they can get to theirs. Bring it in Primarina to just charm away. This is the most skillful thing. I know. But it's a new Pokemon. It's fun. It's Water and Fairy. And I have the content, so let's go. People want to know, all right? I know we've already made a video, but we're making multiple videos. We're going to get every angle so you can understand where it's going to be good, where it's going to be bad, what it can do, what it can't do, everything. All right, so we're going to bring in Kommo-o. Like I said, look, here we go. Perfect example up against Talonflame. So it's a good thing that we saved it. Even if you have a Pokemon with a little health, it could be coming in handy for you, of course, even for a catch. All right, shielding this up. Flame Charge. Please tell me we can Poison Jab down. Beautiful. And taking the win. Let's keep it moving. I was acting like there was like I was going to lose. All right. Okay, that's horrible. Shadow Gramble. This is bad. So they swap into their Shadow Ursaring, and we're up against them with our Primarina. I mean, it was doing a lot of damage, but that thing was just chunking away. In comes Gramble, and down goes our Kommo-o, and was like 2 charms? Looked like 2 charms. All right, so they got a Politoed in the back. This is a loss, right? Nidoqueen versus Politoed? This is a complete loss. There's no way. Not. Since they let that go, it looks like we're going to be able to take the win here. I don't know why they did that. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, turn notifications on. I'll be catching you all in my next video. Take care.